Hey, what's going on YouTube? How are you all doing? This is Brandon with Taylor's Fire Smoke Cooking. Welcome back to my kitchen. Today we're going to just be doing something real simple. We're just going to be making some shredded beef, and we're going to be using chuck roast. Went to Sam's Club today and they had some nice looking choice grade chuck roast there today. About roughly 3 pounds a piece. And so I'm just going to be cooking one, and I'm just going to be browning it off, putting it in the oven, in my Dutch oven, and letting it go until this beef begins to shred apart, fork tender. It's going to be real simple, good recipe, good for meal prepping, so you can eat off of this thing for several days. Make sandwiches with it. You can use it for tacos or just eat it like it is, but real. All right, family, so here's our roast. Again, it came in a 2-pack. I'm just going to be using one today. Each roast was about 3 pounds, so this is a nice, good looking roast. A decent amount of marbling. When it cooks down, this is going to be perfect. I'm also going to be using a whole onion, a whole small bell pepper, a little French onion soup. Just want to make a nice good broth in there. And we're going to keep it simple with the seasoning. I'm using Weber steak and chop seasoning. This is real good if you've never tried it. And there's some coarse ground black pepper. We're going to be using quite a bit of that as well. So you just want to go ahead and season this meat liberally. This is a nice thick hunk of meat. So you want to make sure that you're getting a good amount of seasoning on there for the crust. We are going to brown this or sear it off in our Dutch oven prior to going into the oven. If you don't have a Dutch oven, you can definitely use a pan. You do want to sear it first, and then you can transfer it to a pan or whatnot, or some top, whatever you got, in order to put it in the oven. We're going to be cooking at 350 until it becomes tender. So meat is different. I don't like to put time stamps on meat. We're going to cook it until it's tender. All right, we got this Dutch oven heated up nicely. Just going to put a little bit of avocado oil down at the bottom here. You can use, vegetable oil, canola, whatever you got. And we're just going to go ahead and put that thing right down here in the bottom. And you want to make sure that you hear that sizzle. That'll let you know that it's going to sear up nice and brown. We're just going to let it sit here and let it sit for maybe 5 minutes before we flip it over. Again, we want a nice crust that's going to help keep those juices in before we get to braising. So do this side. When it's time to flip, we'll bring it back. Alright, family, so we've allowed it to sear on both sides for 5 minutes. Now we're just going to dump in the rest of our ingredients. So here go our bell pepper and our onion. And we're also going to be putting in that can of French onion soup. I'm not going to put any other liquid in here with this because the roast is going to make its own liquid as well. This little bit of French onion soup is just going to help with the flavor and kind of help thicken up the gravy that's going to be in the meat. I'm also going to put in a couple tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce as well, just to add a nice balance of flavor in there. If you don't have it, you can omit it, but I think it's good to put in there as well. Once you get all your vegetables and your soup mix in there, we're going to go ahead and cover this bad boy up, and we're going to go in the oven and let it go until it becomes fork tender. All right, family, just took it out of the oven. It's been exactly 2 hours, and we're just about to see how it looks. All right. Now you can see that French onion soup did what it's supposed to do. The meat is falling apart tender, but it could be a little bit more. I want it to be like super fork tender. So we're just going to put it back in there for maybe another 30 minutes at tops. Then we're going to shred it in this juice, and we're going to have a delicious meat. All right, guys, so I let it cook another 30 minutes. Then I let it rest for about 30 minutes. Then I went on and shredded it, 2 forks. And look at that, it just broke apart so beautifully. You can skim off a little bit of fat if need be. And just mix it with the French onion soup mix and with those onions and bell peppers that we put in there. And this is going to feed us real good for a couple days. I'll probably make some rice. My daughter loves rice, so she'll put some over the top of some rice. I'll probably make some tacos or something with it. Someone may eat a sandwich and put some pepper jack cheese or whatever on there, but just look how good that meat looks. Nice and shredded and tender and flavorful. It's just that simple. Just sear it off, 2.5 hours in the oven, 350, and you'll be ready to roll. I'll let you guys see what we're eating in just a sec. All right, guys, here's our finished sandwiches for today. Again, we can make sandwiches, tacos, or eat it plain, but I made my kids some beef and cheese sandwiches, some hot beef sandwiches with some peppers nicely melted, some french fries on the side. Just look at that. So that's dinner, guys. Super simple, real delicious, and again, you can make 2 or 3 meals out of that. So hope you guys enjoy. Give it a shot. Till the next time, God bless.